5 Sandbox games you can play right now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So for number 1, let's get the elephant out of the room, which is going to be Minecraft. So Minecraft is probably one of the best sandbox games that I've ever played. Nearly unlimited possibilities. You can build to your mind's content, and the sky's the limit. Literally, you can't build more than 256 blocks. But the game's mod community is massive. You can find a mod for just about anything you like. Want to automate things? Bam! There's a couple mods for that. Do you want bigger boats than vanilla and want to build them yourself? There's a mod for that. Do you want the game to have more bosses and RPG stuff? There's mods for that. And contrary to popular belief, it isn't that sketchy to download mods. Just going to CurseForge is probably one of the safest ways to download them. But getting a mod client like Forge or Optifine is just a bit sketchy, but as long as you don't click anything suspicious, you'll be fine. And if you don't have it already, there's a press tag for $30, and it's definitely worth your money and will bring tons of hours of fun. So for number 2, we're gonna do Space Engineers. So Space Engineers is like Minecraft in space. Kind of. It does have survival and creative. So the game is primarily focused on building ships and engineering things in space and on planets, hence the name Space Engineers. So you can design your spaceships, space stations, planet bases, rovers, and much more. But maybe you aren't creative enough and your design of a ship is a little brick, but you like the ship physics and battles. Well, the Steam Workshop has your back with tons of ship designs you can test out so you can duke it out with your friends in cool ship battles. So overall, Space Engineers is a good sandbox game that allows you to create your dream sci-fi ship base or whatever with your friends or alone. So for number 3, it's going to be Cities Skylines. So Cities Skylines is probably one of the best city builders I've played. It allows you to build a city to your heart's content. The only limit is your CPU and RAM. And the specs on the store page is kind of a lie. 6 gigabytes is really just the minimum. But its simulation is pretty good, except the traffic, where each citizen is in the city is simulated, so we can follow one throughout its entire day commuting through your city, and it's kind of cute to see it. There's also a huge amount of assets and mods on the Steam Workshop, but you do need a lot of RAM if you're going to use a lot of assets. 16 is recommended. So overall, City Skylines is a great city building game with a good simulation, and with mods and assets on the Steam Workshop, you can make it a city painting simulator. But there is a lot of DLC that you need to get if you want to get the full experience. So there's that. So for number 4, it's going to be Factorio. So Factorio at first sight doesn't look pretty. The game looks like something from the late 90s to the early 2000s. It doesn't look fun either, but playing the game is where it gets fun. The graphics are what they are because it sets the atmosphere of the game. The machines look like they've been slapped together and used for a long time, as you can see on the sprites with rust and such. The graphics also help with performance as to not cause lag in the late game. Now, the core loop seems quite boring. You build machines to craft parts to make better machines to help build more machines to get better parts to build machines and so on. But that's what Factorio does to draw you in. It gets pretty satisfying seeing your humongous factory work, all the complicated spaghetti belts that even you don't know where each belt is going. So overall, Factorio is a great game to kill time and always leaves the player with something to do, which leads to really big save games. So finally, for number 5, we're gonna have Avorian. So Avorian is a space sandbox about building ships and fleets in space and making your way to the center of the galaxy. It offers a lot of flexibility in building your ship by giving you total freedom of how to build your ship at any size. There are also factions that are procedurally generated along with their ships, so every time you play, you'll have a different experience each playthrough. Now there isn't much story to follow. The only thing of a story in the game is to reach the center of the galaxy and defeat a boss. But after defeating the boss, the game leaves you with anything you want to do. So overall, Avorian is a good space sandbox mixed with space sim elements that lets you be anything you want in a galaxy-wide map. Alright, those are 5 Sandbox games you can play. I'm Toby Mo, I have a bad upload schedule, like, sub, comment, bye.